What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Threesome Show with Bridget and Don. What's going on, Bridge?
What's up?
Somebody had a birthday. I'm just saying, and somebody looked like they was doing it up.
Nah, I was chilling.
Nah, you wasn't chilling. You was outside.
I was outside a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And yeah, no, you turned 25 all over again. That's cool,
Right. Exactly.
over and over again. I'm 18 with like 32 years experience, so that's how we gonna do that.
Okay. Mhm.
So I know that this show we don't normally get political, and we really won't. We're not going to stay too political. That's not our thing. But I do want to kind of get everybody paying attention to Project 2025. Um, we have an election coming up this year, which is very, very, very important. It's probably one of the most important elections ever. Um, Project 2025 is a plan for the right wing Republicans that they have. And there's so many things in that. I just encourage everybody to really go ahead and research the full document of Project 2025. There's so many things in it that we couldn't cover it on this show. Even if we spent the next 3 months covering it, we couldn't cover enough of it. But there was a couple of things I wanted to touch base on it to bring to people's attention, and hopefully it drives them to actually do the research on it. So the first thing is they're wanting to deport people at will. Now I know black people are like, that has nothing to do with me. How they gonna deport me? I'm black. I'm from here. A lot of black people walk around without identification on them. Under Project 2025, they can deputize anybody to be a police officer or a deputy. Um, they're going to give all police officers immunity from prosecution. So if they hurt you, they hit you, they kill you, they can't be prosecuted. Um, so when they deputize these people and they're running around and they're rounding up people to be deported, if you don't have ID on you, they can say that that you are not a U.S. citizen, and they can deport you. You don't go in front of a judge. There's no due process. They can just send you to whatever country they choose to. Um, so that's so when it comes to voting, people are like, oh well, that has nothing to do with me. I always walk around with ID, but do your kids walk around with ID?
Yeah.
Because your 18-year-old son could be snatched up and sent to some foreign land that he knows nothing about, and you have to fight to get him back into this country. Another thing, and this is for women. Well, no, this is for women and men. They're talking about doing away with contraception. Um, so
Sorry,
there's no
I don't
more.
mean to
They're
laugh.
talking about no more birth control. Did you just laugh?
We
Yeah,
need
it's serious because
it is serious.
we need to
My
do
bad.
what? We need more contraception, not less.
We need that.
Um, they're also, of course, everybody knows about women's rights, women's right to choose. So not only can a woman not choose to have an abortion, but she can also not choose to prevent pregnancy either. So she's being forced into unwanted pregnancy, and then she's being forced to keep the child. Um, so that's like huge. I'm actually researching because there was something in there about IUI, which is I don't know how the hell to say it. I'm definitely gonna fuck this up. But basically, women having children by themselves, um, women being implanted with semen so that they can have a child on their
Oh,
own without a
IVF.
man. IVF, yes.
Okay.
Um, and the reason that they're doing that is because they want to stop same-sex couples from having kids.
Mm.
So there's like so many things that they're doing to control the population. It's crazy, and I really encourage everyone to just take some time out of your day. It's a huge document, and I think that they made the document so big so that people won't spend the time to read it.
Mhm.
So that people will say, "Oh, that's too much to read. I'm not going to read that." I don't care if you got to skim through it. There's something that's going to grab your attention that's going to make you want to read the rest of it. Let's see. IUA and IVF, okay, are different, but both requires sperm. Like they really want to control how people live their lives, and
Mhm.
there's so much in that document that they're trying to hide, and I think the total document is like 900 pages,
Okay.
and the reason that it's so many pages is because there was a statement that was made. I can't remember who made it, so forgive me for that. And it said, if you want to hide the truth from black people, put it in a book. Because we don't read, like we don't take the time to read up and really get the knowledge on certain things.
Mhm.
So I encourage, no, I'm not even encourage. I beg everybody who tunes into this show. I don't care when you tune into it. Please take a moment and just look at the finer points of Project 2025. There's so many things in there that they are really trying to erase um, gay rights. They're trying to erase civil rights. Like they're really trying to take it all back. And it's a group of white people. I believe it's called the Heritage Foundation that's doing it. Um, but Donald Trump is at the forefront of that push. Um, the Heritage Foundation funds Donald Trump's campaign.
Mm.
And so when he gets into office, who do you think he's going to be working for? The people who helped him get into office. So I know I'm getting way off on the
No, you
political
good.
path, and it's not really what this show's about. But I think it's something that everybody needs to know, especially my friends in the LGBTQ plus community. Like they are trying to strip everything that you all worked so hard for. And even though, even though that does not directly affect me, if it affects my friends, it affects me. And I
Mhm.
have a lot of friends who are a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Um, and I just feel like if we can't fight for ourselves, then let's fight for everybody else because women's right, you know, women's right to choose, women's right to how they want to, what they want to do with their body is under attack.
Yeah.
Um, so if you if you listen to the sound of my voice and you tune into the show, if you are a woman, if you're part of the LGBTQ plus community, if you are black or brown, pay attention to that Project 2025 document because if they put that into effect, and they will, a lot of us are in danger. And it's
Yeah.
not just the women, it's not just the LGBTQ, it's everybody. Everybody who's not a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Um, so that's our serious moment. We gonna get a little less serious, I hope, but I really wanted to get serious on that. I watch the news every single day.
You do?
Oh, absolutely, because like there's so many things that they move past us because we're not paying attention because we rely on social media to
Mhm.
be our news.
I
and
do.
we
I ain't gonna
miss
lie.
so many things.
Hmm.
Um, like I watch CNN every day.
My
I watch
grandfather.
MSNBC every day,
My grandfather watched all
and
them.
then I watch to
What was the last one, Don? I ain't hear what you said. The last one was. Hello.
is Midas Touch.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It was like going out a little bit.
Um, yeah, I don't know why I'm going in and out. I may have to switch Wi-Fi's, but yeah. So, and I'll put in the comments the different broadcasts that I watch, just because we have to stay in the know. And
Hmm.
this, we thought that the 2020 election was important because we needed to get Trump out of office. The 2024 election is 10 times more important because they've they've mastered a lot of things they failed at the first time. They want to make it so that Trump is a dictator that can never get taken out of office.
Yeah.
That means once he's president, they want to keep him to be president for the rest of his life
Hmm.
and pass it down to whoever they want. They want a dictatorship. They want us to be like Russia,
Hmm.
where one person can get in office and stay in office for the rest of their life or for the rest of their family's life. Like North Korea. Like we really got to pay attention. We really got to pay attention. But enough of the seriousness. We'll touch. We got until November, so we're gonna touch base on this quite a few times.
Hmm.
Just to let y'all know, y'all need to pay attention. All right, ladies, I'm talking to y'all tonight. I
Talking to
am
us.
definitely talking to y'all tonight. Yes, yes, because I watch I watch women as they grow older,
Hmm.
um, and women have a set of standards that they say, you know what, a man has to have this and this and this. This is my ideal man, and I've watched certain women how those standards will decrease over time,
Hmm.
and they're willing to accept just anything from anybody. So I'm like, why do women sacrifice their standards when a lot of men don't? Um,
Okay.
a, a lot of men will say, you know what, the woman has to be slim and fit, and she got to be this, and they hold
Hmm.
on to that shit forever, and they never
Yeah.
change.
Hmm.
Ladies don't change either. Fuck it. Like if men are being that superficial,
I
be
I
that
feel,
superficial too.
I just feel like I don't know. I feel like women, we be more realistic, and I feel like, and this is not no excuse for a woman to just disregard her standards. Um, but I also feel like, we always are thinking of our time as being up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it be like kids or even marriage. Some women in their head, they feel like it's a time limit on marriage. So it's like I feel like they be realistic, like, well, if I don't have this person by this time, it's never gonna happen for me. When in reality, it's like it's not true. Um,
I understand some of their standards are changing. For example, women may say, um, "I want him to never be bald." Really? Is that a standard? um,
what if he's a
what if
perfect
he's a
10, but
perfect
he's bald and
10,
supposed to
but
pass?
he's bald? Mm,
I feel like
okay,
women. I
so
feel like
it.
as you get older, your standards can change. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it could change in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, but like when it comes to like certain morals and stuff, no, you should not change your standards. But
So
maybe
it
with it,
should.
like even how you said, like men are very particular about like whether they want a woman to be like slim or whatever the case may be. And he always want her to maintain that, you know. I feel like women definitely might let up off of the look standards, like how a man look or even a man's age. Because remember, I always told you like I'm not into dating older men, but sometimes I think in my head like maybe I should. I don't know if I could, but like I don't want to say what I was gonna say.
No, no, no.
No,
Speak your
because
mind.
okay, so I'm gonna just say it this way. I've never. I'm talking about this since I was in kindergarten. I've never seen myself wanting to date outside my race, and
Mm.
yeah. And as I got older,
So
I still kind of feel that way, but I be thinking like, okay, maybe I could do somebody who's Hispanic or something, but I still don't know. But that's the furthest. I don't think I could do nothing outside of that. I don't know, but I don't know that's some. You know what I'm saying? That's just like what I always said since I was young, and I still feel that way.
so I've always felt that I would never wife someone outside my race.
Okay.
Now, dating that's something else. We can have some fun, but I can't wife nobody outside my race. But I've seen guys that have dated outside their race, had relationships outside their race, and for them it works. For me, it's just not my thing. It doesn't work for me. But that's a standard that I've held on to forever.
Yeah, me too.
Um, I've held on to that standard. I've never changed that.
Yeah.
And the 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 fact that you've already had, so this has already become a staple for you. It's
Mm.
not somebody who you're even looking towards. Um, should that change? No. Um, what's good, yo?
What's
Welcome
up,
to the
Marvin?
party.
He on here tonight.
so so it's not that should change, because you should hold on to that standard. If your
Mm-hmm.
standard is I'm not going to date outside my race, then don't date outside your race. You know. Oh, I just dropped the phone. Excuse me, y'all. Damn it.
You good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but like I said, I felt this way since I was a child.
So got instilled into me young. My mom used to always be like, and I know this is some old folks shit, but my mom used to be like, if she can't use your brush, what? What do you mean? I didn't know what the hell that shit meant.
Yeah.
But white people use different brushes, than black people do, and like she really instilled in me like don't don't bring a white girl home.
See that it
And
wasn't even instilled in me, honestly. Cause my mom's mom is German, so my mother's technically mixed. But outside of my German grandmother, I never been around like none of her family. So it wasn't like I was ever told like don't date outside your race. It just ain't my thing. And I don't know why I felt like
and the
this
crazy
since
thing is,
I I
go
felt
ahead.
like this since I was really young. Like I said, I feel like in kindergarten, like I knew at that age that I just was not. I was only attracted to like at the time black boys.
Okay. Um. So the crazy thing is, my mom is part Irish, and she still said that like, and
Oh, she
she held
did.
on to that
Yeah.
like don't don't bring nothing home outside your race. And it was just, as I grew up, did I dabble in different races? Sure. Like, I mean, I'm a man, but I'm gonna leave that right there. But I think in order for me to be comfortable with being in a long-term relationship with a woman, we have to have certain things in common.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel, and this is just my personal opinion, when you date outside your race, that somebody has to lose themselves in order to be comfortable in that
Mm-hmm.
relationship.
True.
So either the man is going to lose who he is, he's going to lose his blackness, or the woman's going to lose blackness to be with somebody outside their race, or that other person is going to have to behave and adhere to some of the things that black people do in order to be comfortable in that relationship. I have a friend of mine who, he married a white woman and, married her, moved her into his house, and all of his black power stuff she wanted it removed off the walls.
Mm-mm.
And I was like, and I'm looking at him like, so you're not gonna get rid of her now? Like she wants you to remove the things that makes you proud of who you are.
Yeah.
But instead of getting rid of her, he actually took the stuff off the walls, and I was like, "Yo, you lost. That's it. Like that's it. You're
Mm-hmm.
lost." Um, if that makes her uncomfortable, and this is for anybody, I don't care what race you are. If you date somebody outside of your race, and the things that shows your pride in your heritage makes them uncomfortable, then they shouldn't be with you.
Yeah.
You know, and we get so we allow, because love is blind, and once you start falling in love, you be like, oh my god, I love them, I'm willing to do anything for them, anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain things that you should not ever get rid of.
Yeah.
And who you are as a person, and where you came from, your heritage, nah, you should hold on to that. As a matter of fact, it should be a situation where both heritages are celebrated. And if it's not, then they're not ready to date outside their race, and neither are you.
Yeah. I feel like you hit the
Oh, I'm
nail on
getting
the head.
getting too deep.
No, but I feel like you hit the nail on the head where you was like one of the two people got to lose themselves, because I feel like I see that too often in interracial relationships.
Yeah. Either
Did I say it right? Did I say
the
it right? I
black
don't know,
person.
honestly. Interracial.
Nah,
Did I
you
say
said
it
it
right?
right.
Okay.
So either the black person will start acting other than themselves, or that other person will try so hard to act black, and they miss the mark, because acting black is not acting hood. Like the hood
Mm-hmm.
is not black. you know, I know a lot of people who are from are black and speak very proper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's not, so for them they feel like they got to dumb themselves down
Right.
to be with a black person. Nah, if they got to do that, then get rid of them.
Yeah.
Um, I dealt with a Caucasian woman, a white woman, one
Mm-hmm.
time. Wasn't in a relationship, but close enough to a relationship, I guess. And she would always like tell me how the rest of her family was racist, and I'm like, so are you? Like, you didn't dodge that bullet. You're using it. You using me to get back at your family. You racist too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you are what you're taught. Like you really are.
Yeah.
My mom taught me not to bring a white woman home. She wasn't being racist, in my opinion, but she was being racist. Like she was
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Don't bring one home."
Yeah.
So, um, so another thing with the standards, and once again, I'm gonna talk to the ladies. Nope, I'm talking to both. I'm talking to both, ladies and men. Um, make sure your standards are realistic. Make sure you got real standards. If you make $20,000 a year, don't be sitting there talking about, "Oh, I can't be with no man if he don't make $150,000 a year." You don't make $150,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
What you bringing to the table? The fork? Like, You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And guys, fucking guys. Oh my God, my woman can't gain no pounds, but you got a belly because you've been drinking and shit.
Yeah.
So you picking up weight, you picking up size, but she got to stay as slim as she was in high school. Fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
exit that shit.
I definitely feel like men sometimes do be harsh on women, not realizing like what our bodies go through and our hormones and stuff. You know, our hormones and stuff is completely different from men. So
Like
for them to have this idea that
women's
women are just
bodies
supposed to
go
be,
through more changes.
I'm listening. Sorry.
Am I losing my connection? No, you good. I just want to make sure
I
I'm not
still hear
losing my
you.
connection. Um, hold on, producer. Am I losing my connection? Am I going in and out, or
Yeah,
I'm going in and out?
not your voice, just the video.
Just the video. Okay. I might have to switch. I might have to switch connections, but that's cool. We gonna keep it going. Um, so women's bodies go through drastic changes just on a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
Women pick up weight. I don't know if guys know this shit, so I'm gonna help you guys out. Women pick up weight just around their period time. Just
Mm-hmm.
when they're on their period, they pick up weight every single month. So for you to sit there and be like, "Oh, my woman has to be slim forever and she can't never pick up weight," well, then you need to get out there and work with her because you picking up work out with her because you picking up weight your damn self.
Mm-hmm.
Like your belly's getting bigger, and unless you're a guy who works out constantly, and there's guys who do it. There's guys who constantly work out. Am I cutting in and out?
No.
No. There's guys who work out constantly, and hats off to them. I'm not one of them guys. Um, I do the arm curl. This is it right here.
Yeah.
But
I feel like
guys have
we
to
talked about it
realize,
before. I feel like people's principles and their morals and who they are, they genuine or not, is more important than honestly the image. But I feel like most people don't realize that until they get older, if they ever do. Some people is only like surface level where they only see what's on the outside, but you know.
yeah, I think it's much more important for who the person is than what they look like. And I'm not saying, and now if you go out there and you find an ugly person and you fall in love with them,
Yeah.
hats off to you. I love it for you. But who a person is are the things that you should expect not to ever change.
Mhm.
You know, who somebody is inside is much more important than what you see on the outside.
Mhm.
Because we're all gonna change. You know, I can't lose weight like I used to when I was in my 20s. You know, in my 30s. I can't lose weight like that
Mhm.
no more. But what I can do is be me. You know, I can have some good morals and good scruples and stuff like that. That's not gonna change. But yeah, I got a belly now. You know what I'm saying? Shit changed.
Yeah.
So, is there anything, right? And I'm gonna put you on the spot. I like to do that. Is there
Go ahead.
anything that you looked for in a guy in your 20s that you no longer look for in a guy now?
uh yeah. When I was in my 20s,
You know you're not gonna end it at yeah. Come on, give us content.
I was attracted to like bad boys. I like drug dealers. I ain't like no gangbangers. I ain't never like
Okay.
nobody that bang. I refuse to do that because I feel like you putting your own life in jeopardy as a woman. But I was attracted to drug dealers because that's what I knew. You know, that's what I seen growing up.
Okay.
So it's kind of like what I was taught. And as I got older, when I actually, because even though that's what I was taught, I was attracted to that type of person. I always had a good work ethic. I always had a job. So it's like, I started elevating myself in my work career, and I started being around real Black men with really good jobs. Like, and it didn't have to be the best type of jobs, but it was just working men. And I
Mm-hmm.
started seeing Black men in a whole different light than I did when I was younger. Like, to me, I'm like, that's attractive. That's when I really started like
Okay.
telling the difference between a nigga and a man. And I'm like,
Right.
that's what I want for my life, because that lifestyle is just not promised, because you can still get yourself in trouble being around it, guilty by association, and it's not promised. They can go to jail or whatever, and then that's it. To me, that doesn't make me feel secure as a woman to have someone like that. Um, and yeah, so I can honestly say that was one thing that it's like I was attracted to, but I'm absolutely not attracted to as I'm older now.
So that's a prime example of what a woman should be doing. Your standard should be increasing
Mm-hmm.
as you get older. Like you should look for more in a man
Right.
as you get older, as opposed to looking for less.
Right.
Like what you just said is what every woman across the board should be looking at when it comes to their standards.
Mm-hmm.
No, you shouldn't look for the same thing when you're 20 than when you're 30 and 40. You should be looking for more
Right.
because the men should have grown also.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted a guy who was, oh, I want a guy who got a Benz, and by the time you're 30, you should be looking for a guy that can take care of his own damn bills.
Right.
But the men, shallow ass standards. So men do have shallow standards sometimes. Some men,
I want a
some
bitch
men.
with a fat ass.
Yes, that
All y'all care.
BBL.
Yeah, that's all y'all care about.
Let me tell you, I want a woman with a fat heart. You know what I'm saying? Can we just be loving? You know what I'm saying? Let's love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give. It's cute. It's nice to look at.
Yeah.
Prime example. I always equate everything to cars, and I get in trouble for this shit all the time. But I like to look at sports cars, Corvettes. I like the fast cars. That don't mean I want to own one. I like to see them. That's cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the chick on IG with the big ass and the big titties, and she's sitting on the yacht, and that's cute to look at. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
scroll up next, because that's
Yeah.
not what I'm looking for in a woman. What I'm looking for is a woman with good, because the woman I'm looking for is not going to be on a yacht half naked on IG.
Right.
That's not who I'm. That's not the woman that I want to marry. That's the one I want to look at. That's cool.
That's something else that we have to talk about too. How you
What's
present
that?
yourself if
Oh,
you want to be married.
yes, yes, yes. So you can present yourself in a way that you want to be used. Basically, you want to be used as arm candy. You want to be used, but that man ain't never gonna marry you.
Right.
Um, and like if you look at some and I'm gonna need for some help in the comments from this one. But like Keisha Cole was dealing with this one dude. I can't think of his name right now, fan.
Antonio
Like
Brown.
it's Keisha Cole. Like yeah, there you go. And
Mm-hmm.
she brings her own shit to the table, and this nigga disrespected her,
Yeah, he
like
did.
treated her like shit.
Yeah, he did.
And okay, so Keisha Cole ain't fat. You know what I'm saying? By
Mm-hmm.
any standards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Antonio Brown, dumbass. Like she's not fat. She's fit.
Mm-hmm.
She has her own career. She
Yeah.
has her own money. And that still was not enough
Yeah.
for him to treat her with just some simple respect.
Right.
So don't think that if you go and you fly down to Mexico and you get your ass done and your tits done and your stomach done, that don't mean nothing.
What type of woman do you
Um,
feel like, what qualities in a woman do you feel like men look for when they are looking to get married?
so grown men, when a grown man is looking to get married to a woman, he's looking for um, he's looking for a woman, not just a lady. A lady's nice, you know,
Mhm.
and there's a difference. So a lady's nice, somebody who can walk around in the street with on his arm. That's nice. But a woman knows how to secure a home. You know, so
Mhm.
knows how to secure the household. Um, I'm a firm believer in the man brings the money in, but the woman still manages the household.
Mhm.
And I don't mean manage. I'm not talking about barefoot and pregnant. I ain't downgrading y'all like that.
Mhm.
But when it comes to how the house looks, um, you may not have the woman may not have to cook all the time, but when she does, she knows what the hell she's doing.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in ladies. Don't let your man leave the house horny or hungry, cause he'll get fed or fucked outside the house. I promise you. Like so, when a man
What
is
about
looking
like,
for a wife,
mhm.
go ahead.
What about like how she carries herself outside of like, wifely duties? How do you feel like,
So
what type of qualities do men look for in a woman of like how she carries herself is like which would make a man want to marry her?
so and I'm glad you pivoted to that because it's important. Um, a man wants a woman who carries herself with respect, whether he's around or not. If you go out with your girlfriends, you should still be respectful because you never know who's around. And I was telling my lady, my fiance, ha, I was telling my lady, like it's important when somebody comes into a household that a man and a woman lives in, that they look at the house and that's an image of what the woman is.
Mhm.
On the reverse side of that, when that lady leaves the house, how she carries herself is a direct reflection of who that man is.
Mhm.
So if a woman is out, and I'm not saying women y'all can't go out and dress sexy, but there's sexy classies too. So I want a woman who's gonna carry herself in a classy way.
Mhm.
I don't care who she's with or who she's around. Like she's gonna be at all times, whether he's with me, out with her girlfriends, let's go to the store.
What
Speaking of going to
about,
the store, ladies, get these damn bonnets off y'all fucking heads.
yeah, this is the stuff we need to hear, Don. Like the bonnets. Like what about cursing? Do you feel like cursing is like, no,
Huh?
men can't deal with it or they don't care?
Oh, cursing. Oh.
I cuss like a sailor, I ain't gonna
So
lie.
a man doesn't want. So it's okay. So how you curse and when you curse is two totally different things. I curse like a sailor.
Mhm.
Um, and I know women curse.
Mhm.
And it's okay if you're sitting next to somebody and you're cursing. But if you yelling across the street, bitch, hey, bitch, nah, no good. That's bad all
Mm,
bad. Like because you who can hear you, I don't deserve respect.
yeah.
When your man is walking with you now, he don't deserve respect either.
Yeah.
So, like by all means, I don't care.
Um,
I'm not gonna
Don,
yell across the
Don,
street,
you
yo, what
breaking
up?
up a little bit.
I'm a connections.
Hello.
I know I'm cutting all the way out now.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Are there standards for men? Um, yes. Honestly, there are standards. Like, I definitely feel like the wearing the pants. When I was younger, I didn't really see you with it. Oh damn, I got cut off.
All right, here we
Um,
go.
Nick Don. So Nicole asked me, "Are there standards for men?" Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
All right, I should be back on, I think.
Okay. So
I can hear
Nicole.
you.
Okay. So we was talking about the standards for women. Can you hear me? Sorry, y'all.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
All right, maybe we'll work for a little while. Maybe, hopefully, technical difficulties. Um, and I guess the question was, like, no wearing pants off their ass.
Yeah.
So
I would say that for men. What else can I say? Men that just don't act like gentlemen. Like if you don't like hold the door for women, um, I don't know. Those to me is just like I don't know that they're turn offs when they come to men.
so definitely women should expect, well, certain things women should definitely expect from a man. Um, Definitely know where the hell your waistline is. I mean, come on. You should be able to put your pants up on your waistline. This is shit that we were taught in elementary school.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Definitely chivalry. Opening the door for a woman. Opening the car door for a woman. Um, Putting the woman on the inside of the street when you're walking next to her. are just a few things that men should definitely keep
Yeah.
in their arsenal of being a man.
Yeah,
Because
sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I
No, go
also
ahead.
feel like men that is like men who are very defensive. Like if you're like
Mm.
defensive, um, and for me, like I can see that like so clear if a man is defensive. It's like you can't tell him nothing. It's like, how dare you? You're a woman. You can't. I'm right. Like, you know, I don't like that. I don't like when men are defensive because it's like, okay, yeah, sure, man, but you don't know everything. We can both teach each other stuff. But I've noticed men being defensive, not even on like dating type of things, like just in general. Like somebody that worked on my car before, I remember like he was just being very defensive. Like, that to me is a huge turn off. Like, cause it's like you're coming off very ignorant, rude, you know. So like Nicole said, like men are who are just mean. Men who sit there and bash women a lot,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or always like blame women for stuff. Just men who I just feel like don't really respect women, you know. Like Nicole said, like
Um,
mean and not being soft sometimes.
and men, we talked about this on a previous show. Um, men, and as a matter of fact, when I posted the show on one of my Facebook groups, somebody came back and was like, "Yeah, men don't have the ability to be soft sometimes because people take advantage of that softness." Oh, just stay out of women's business. Stay out of women's business. I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, yeah. But if any good relationship, y'all share certain information, and so y'all may have conversations amongst yourselves. Keep that conversation amongst yourselves. Like,
Yeah.
don't sit there and regurgitate that back to your girls, homegirls, or whatever. Talking about, yo, you need to get better than what the hell you doing right now. Um, but men should have that space to show their soft side
Mhm.
and not be villainized for it. Like they
Yeah.
should be able to have the space to say, well, you know what, today I'm feeling a certain way, or what you said made me feel a certain way. And as long as we allow that space, then the man can be strong 95% of the time. But there's times when a man should be able to, show his softer side as well. Um, and when it comes to men trying to be so strong that they downplay the woman, like that's a major situation, and it's something that I think all men should really examine themselves with, because you can try to be so strong that you weaken the woman, and that shouldn't be what you do either. Um, let's see. Don't be sassy. When we say we don't,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Let's see. Don't be sassy um, when we say that we don't mean gay. We mean tighten up. Sassy as far as what? So I don't think any man should be sassy in any way. Um, so um, you can be soft. You should never be sassy. You can show your soft side. If you show your sassy side, that's something else. And we were talking about something else before we jumped on the air. Um, what were we talking about?
We were talking about how women should carry themselves, like if they want to get married, like what men look for.
Yes. Um, so lady, I'm about to get real. I'm gonna have to go in deep on this, ladies. If you expect to be married one day, if that's something that you strive for, if you want to be a married woman one day, then you should learn from married women who and how you should be. Same thing for men. Guys, if you want to be married, talk to married guys. Iron sharpens iron. You are not going to learn how to be a married person from your single friends. You will
Mhm.
learn how to be single for the rest of your damn life, for the rest of your life. Um, but ladies should definitely find um, older women who have been married for a long time and learn from them. Guys should do the same thing. You should speak to guys who have been married, successfully married for a long period of time because they've made the mistakes for you. You can stop from making the mistakes yourself.
Mhm.
Um,
But like when
and
it
I
comes to women, do you think that like men prefer women that like are more a little bit more conservative, like where they're like they dress not so sexy? Do you feel like they prefer women that are more soft spoken? Um, Women that
so I'll
don't act masculine. Like I think that's a big thing. Like, do you feel like if a woman acts too much like a man, like carry like I don't want to say carry yourself, but kind of carry yourself like you're a man. The woman isn't like can't be soft.
yeah yeah let's touch on that because that's important. Um, Women have to be independent to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to. A lot more women are single these days because a lot less men are asking them to marry them. So women have to be independent. But when you find that guy that you feel like this is the guy who I want to be married to, learn to relinquish some of that. Um, but once he earns it, learn to relinquish some of that. Don't just give it away. Um, Let me see.
She said,
Help me
"What is
understand.
acting
Uh,
masculine? Just curious, not you, Dawn." Um, I just feel like acting masculine is just like even when it comes to cussing, just always cussing, talking like how men talk sometimes. We like, nigga, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. Because I ain't gonna say that I don't do it, because I do it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I feel like if I'm around a man that I really like, I wouldn't be acting, I wouldn't be acting like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like acting masculine, or even like she said cursing is masculine. I feel like yeah, it could come off masculine because most men who want a lady don't feel like ladies should curse. Um,
right.
like
Or
if you
not
around
out
older
loud like
people,
that.
if you around certain older people, if they do slide a curse word out their mouth, they be like, "Excuse my French." You know what I'm saying? So they definitely really do not expect women to curse. And that's coming from older men that will say, "Excuse my French," or "I'm sorry, I apologize for cursing." People would apologize for cursing. Sometimes you can't watch your tongue, but no, I'm not saying it's okay for men to do it, but I'm just saying, like, nowadays in this generation, women is like, just like I said, I can even say myself, like, I cuss like a sailor is what I was taught, but like I said, I'm saying my grandfather, he might slide a curse word out, but every time he'd be like, "Excuse my French," or "Excuse me for cussing." He'll
And
apologize. So it's
a
not like
man
something
should
that
do the
yeah, it's not. I'm not saying that men should do it either. No, I'm not saying it. But a woman shouldn't be, you know, cursing like a sailor, going crazy. Especially if you're in a presence of men. Now I don't know. I guess it depends on the type of people that you're around.
so for a man and just like you said with your grandfather, and that's a prime example, right? When a man curses around a woman, he excuses himself because he shouldn't allow her to see that side of him.
Yeah.
For a woman to curse, right? And there's certain curse words that you get a pass on. There's certain curse words that all women get a pass on. Ass, shit, those
Yeah.
are cool. But when you drop like f bombs and stuff like that, like it diminishes your character, and
Right.
it does the same thing for men, but more so when a man is in a company of women,
Mhm.
it diminishes his character. But it should diminish a woman's character because whether she's in a company of men or in a company of women, it just diminishes who you are. So, um, oh, you just trying to stir up debate. Okay.
But see, that's the thing, Nicole. Like I feel like both men and women, I think we talked about this before, have both masculine can be both masculine and feminine. I've talked about this before. Like I feel like I'm masculine when I'm working because that's when I'm independent. That's when I'm by myself. That's what if I'm by myself, that means if any harm comes my way, I have to protect myself. So I'm gonna have a guard
Mm-hmm.
up, I'm gonna be more defensive, and I'm gonna act more dominant than I would feminine. Now, if I'm in the presence of a man, I might tend to act more feminine where I'm soft because it's a man around, where I don't have to necessarily have my guard up. I don't have to be defensive. I feel like I can lay back a little bit because it is a man here. If anything happened, it's a man in my presence where he could possibly protect me, where I can sit back and be in my feminine. But I feel like both men and women have feminine and masculine traits. But I feel like because there's so many independent women, a lot of women, I don't say all women, but a lot of women are operating only in their masculine, where they never get a chance to let their guard down and be feminine the way we actually should be. So when they do get a chance to be around a man or go on a date, they not knowing when to cut it off, when to let the dominant side down and be more soft and be more feminine and speak softer tones and stuff like that.
And that's good. That's probably sums it all up. A woman, a woman has to be on her guard all the time.
Yeah.
Um, a woman has to because they can't let anybody because men are embracing their feminine energy too fucking much. Yeah, I agree. But
We can't their nails
when a
done.
woman when a woman is oh, we could talk about that shit for days. When a woman is with someone who they feel protected by, they should be able to let that guard down
Yeah.
and let that masculine side down, um, because they feel like I don't have to be that person now. I don't have to both be the man for me and the woman for me because I'm now with a man who's protecting me, who's gonna make sure
Yeah.
that I'm okay.
Yeah.
Um, it's just so in today's time, um, and I know the song wasn't about this, but this is what the song meant to me. That song "Blurred Lines."
Mm.
The lines have become so blurred that men are acting more like women and women are acting more like men,
Mm-hmm.
and not by choice. Women are not acting like men by choice. They're acting
Yeah.
by like men by survival instinct kicking in.
Yeah. We don't have an environment really that we can feel like we can be feminine. I feel like if
I hate when. Go ahead, go ahead. I'm just reading this.
I feel like if men made women gave women an environment where we can feel soft and feminine and we didn't have to be defensive, um, we would be able to be more soft. I'm not saying this is for every man because certain men can, women come around, a woman knows the difference between a real man and someone who's, maybe a grown ass boy or something. And we might feel that energy, like, okay, this is a real man. Like, But I feel like a lot of women, it's like if you dealing with a fuck nigga, we're gonna use that term. You're not gonna operate really in your feminine because if he a fuck nigga, number one, you label him as this, you lost respect for him. So how could you respect him as a man? You know, if you already know he's a fuck nigga, you know. So I feel like when you're in the presence of a real man, you know, you can be softer. You're not gonna talk to him. You're not gonna be like, you're not gonna call him a bitch out your mouth. You know, you're not gonna be quick to call a real man a bitch. Where a fuck nigga, you like, you a fucking bitch. You a fucking hoe. You
Right.
this, you that. You know, you quick to disrespect a fuck nigga versus a man. You know, but I feel like women, some women deal with so many fuck niggas that I feel like they only know how to operate in a dominant energy. And then when you get around a real man, that might scare a real man away. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's it's so common for in today's day. It's so common for women to say, "Well, you know what?" And this goes back to reducing your standards. Okay, so
she said, "See, I like dominant, not masculine. It's the same."
it's
She's
the
so
same
funny.
damn thing.
But
Um,
okay, we'll use dominant.
so when when women when women today have gotten to the point where they have to be so guarded, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somehow somewhere along the line it's flipped so badly that women have become more dominant and women men have become more weak. mm, Weak not in the sense of weak to be taken advantage of. Let's not even use the word weak. Let's use feminine. Men
Mm-hmm.
have become more feminine.
Mm-hmm.
um and because there's some feminine guys out there that I've seen that throw hands like they just because they feminine looking that don't mean they won't throw hands.
Mm-hmm.
But when did we lose the masculinity in a man is my question, you know.
Yeah.
When did we get to the point where it's okay for a man to wear nail polish? And I don't mean clear, because there's guys that I know who out thug the best of them, and they get clear nail polish, they get their manicure done. I'm cool with that.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
something I do, but I'm cool with that. But when you getting colored nail polish on your nails, like when did we get to that point? Like
Yeah.
I look at colored nail polish on men the same way I look at excessive eyelashes and bonnets on women. Like let's leave that shit in 2022. Like let's not even carry it to 2023 or 24. Let's leave it back in 22.
Yeah.
Um, like men should still behave as men, and behaving as a man means being being chivalrous. You know what I'm saying? Like still
Mm-hmm.
opening the car door. That don't make you a weak man. It makes you a good man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah.
pulling out a chair for a woman when she's getting ready to sit down. That don't make you a weak man. It makes you a good man.
That's a good man, and it's the type of man that's gonna stand out to a woman that have only dealt with, you know, some fuck ass men.
Yeah, like
That's gonna be a
so.
turn on to a woman like that.
And the bad thing is these days, and I'm gonna use the term, fuck niggas are winning. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
fuck niggas are winning, and real men are sitting there. Well, a lot of the real men have gone off and got married.
Right.
Um, but the bad thing is they're not teaching the ones that come after them how to still be real men.
Right.
They're sitting there like, I got married, I found my one, I'm good. No, I'm not teaching nobody shit. No, we still
Right.
have to teach the ones who come behind us how to still do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't, then we're raising a race of young men who will never grow the fuck up. They will
Yeah.
never grow up. You know what I'm saying? They will always find that emptiness side of them, and they'll never try to fill it.
Yeah.
Um, and that's why I say, you know, if a man looks to ever be married to a woman, learn from men who are successfully married to a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, don't try to learn from your homeboy who ain't had a successful relationship, never, how to treat a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or how to lose
Um,
yours.
really, really. Um, like the first time I was married, I sat down with a married couple, and they had been married for 35 years, I believe, at that point.
Mm.
And to listen to their stories about the mistakes that he made, how he cheated, and his wife took him back, and it only took one time for her to take him back to realize, I don't want to make that mistake ever again.
Yeah.
So what that told me was, don't make that mistake in the first place.
Right.
You know, he
Right.
doesn't want to make it ever again. I should never want to make it in the first place, because now if I do it, I was already told what the consequences could be.
Right.
So I chose to not be out there cheating.
Yeah.
Um, I preferred to be home chilling, watch a movie, or even if I'm in a different part of the house and I'm just doing my own thing, I'm home. You know, I'm
Yeah.
home after work every day. I'm not in the bar. I'm not in the strip club. I'm home, and that doesn't make you corny, or it doesn't make you um, a corny man. What it makes you is a responsible man.
Yeah.
Cause I've been that dude that would go to the strip club every single Tuesday and Thursday and throw out $100, $200. Why? When I could sit there and throw $100, $200 into my house, drink my own drink, watch my own TV, because the women ain't going home with you anyway.
Right.
Like, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Oh, hold on one second. Um. Give me one moment.
What's a number one non-negotiable when dating? For me, hmm, number one, I would have to say, I don't know, because I got a few, but I would definitely say hygiene. I ain't gonna say that's number one, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like sometimes I ain't gonna say like no man that I specifically ever dated, but like sometimes men don't hygiene don't be on point all the time, and I feel like that's a non-negotiable. I'm sorry, I can't be with somebody who's a little musty or nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying. She said like if
So,
a man had a baby on the way, one night stand, but you know it was a mistake, would you stay? Um, now I ain't gonna hold
ooh.
you. Let me keep it 1,000 with y'all, because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I wasn't dumb in a point in time in my life, because I definitely was. I definitely stayed with a man who had a baby on me when I was younger. Now that I'm older, absolutely not. Um,
Mm.
to me,
Mm.
nah, like I don't know, and especially because I had that done when I was young. That happened to me when I was young. Like somebody did it to me when I was young. No, that's like a fucking scar with an open wound. Hell no, I couldn't do it. She said, let's say she punched holes in the counter. He shouldn't have been fucking around. No, you met him like 6 weeks. in a pregnancy. Absolutely not. It was a man. It was a man one time. Hey Angie. Angie was outside with me this weekend too, Dawn.
Hey, Edge.
Um, it was a guy that was trying to date me years ago. And whole time I found out that he had a baby on the way. And he didn't even tell me. And it was like once I found out, I was just like, hell no. Because I feel like if you got a baby on the way, or even if I like was to start trying to talk to someone, already go on date with somebody, and they be like, oh, they got a 2-year-old, even a 3-year-old, to me, that is probably a non-negotiable. Like I don't want someone who got like a small child with someone. Okay, if your child like 4 or 5, you ain't been with the baby mother for a long time, okay, cool. But if you got like a 3-year-old or younger, I don't want to deal with you because I feel like you probably is gonna go back to your baby mother a few times.
Mm, mm. And for every guy out there who ever asked a woman um, to stay with you after you done went out and had a child on her, I say this to you: would you do the same if your woman cheated on you, guys, and she got pregnant?
Hell,
Would you stay?
hell no. You know
Hell
damn well they
no.
wouldn't stay.
Fuck no. I'm telling you as a man, hell fuck no.
They is
No.
not staying while a woman got a fucking big ass belly with some other man. And they gotta look at
Let
it,
me
they probably
tell
gonna
you.
stab her in her sleep. That's how mad men get. They can't let shit go. They like, I'm gonna stab this fucking belly while she fucking
I'm
for
gonna put
real.
on my roller blades and skate. I'm out,
Seriously.
yo.
I'm gonna actually push her
Um,
ass down the steps. They gonna do men would not stay through that. But
so
Nicole said,
for
dang,
every
sorry, go ahead.
no,
She said,
we
dang, what
said
if a woman has moved on and married with her 2-year-old,
with a
2-year-old?
old.
Sorry.
Um,
You saw watch paternity court, those men say. Um,
yeah,
I
they ain't
mean, if
staying.
the I would date a man if like he had a 2-year-old with a woman and like if the woman was married, yes. But if the woman's not married, absolutely not. I'm sorry. I'm not dating somebody that like got a small child with somebody. And definitely
And
not no
not only
newborn
that,
baby. I'm not dealing with that because the baby can't even talk. You still gonna have to communicate everything through the baby mother. Like, no.
like I
Mm-mm.
dated this girl one time who had a newborn. Um, And the only reason I felt comfortable with that shit is like the baby father was dead. And I know that shit sound fucked up, but it's real. Like I only felt comfortable in that because like I knew he was gone.
Yeah. But
Like he's
like
not gonna pose.
yeah. Like when you got a small child, like especially a newborn baby, men gonna sit there and be calling a baby mother. I wanna see my baby whole time. He just wanna, link up and have sex.
Oh, Angie said she plays stepmom never again.
Yeah.
um, it's guys are not gonna. Okay, so there's certain things that I should definitely say. Ladies, when guys are asking you all to do certain things, ask them would they do the same thing because the answer is no. I dealt with a woman who cheated on me, and just driving over to her house and thinking of the thought of somebody else being between her legs previously, I was done. Like I walked, I didn't walk in on him because that would be fucking done anyway. Um, but like I came to the house and dude was there, and the only thing I could fucking think about was this nigga just finna smash your mind, and I couldn't wrap my mind around it. So I don't expect women to wrap their mind. Will I beg for a woman to take me back after I cheat? Sure. Hey, I'm sorry I made the mistake, but if she say no, I gotta understand because the shit that's going through her head at that point, she's thinking of all the same shit that a man's gonna think about. She's
I
thinking about what positions was these motherfuckers in?
not
What was
not
they
even
fucking
just that.
doing?
I can't let shit go. I feel like a man wouldn't even be smart to stay with me after he cheat, and if I was to find out, because I'm talking about 3 years. who calling that bitch. Like I'm gonna be that one. I'm not gonna lie. Just leave me, cause I'm gonna get on your fucking nerves for the rest of your fucking life about that shit. Just go be with the bitch, for real.
When he doing the dishes, be like, "Oh, was you fucking her when you was doing the dishes?"
I'm telling you
Y'all will
right
never let
now.
that shit go.
I'm
Women will
telling you.
never let shit go. They
I'm
will hold on
telling
to shit forever.
you.
Women are petty,
Yeah.
and yeah, not just you. All women are petty. That's the fuck
I
women
don't give a shit.
have mastered. They have mastered pettiness.
Yep.
Um, it's just like, don't expect somebody to accept something that you will not accept.
Yeah.
Just don't fucking do it. Like, if you plan on doing it, just understand the consequences that may shit. I'm asking now. I'm jaded.
Mhm.
Don't expect anybody to take some shit that you're not gonna take your damn self.
Right.
Um, I think when two people meet each other in this day and age, this is gonna be there's gonna be some baggage that's gonna come along with it. Um, there are very few women, and I'm like right now, I'm literally counting on two fingers two
Mhm.
women I know that don't have kids in their 30s. Two fingers. Um, so when a guy comes to an equation, like I know friends of mine who are like, oh, a woman with three kids, never, and they got fucking five.
Mhm.
What the fuck, stupid? Like, you asking a woman to accept something from you, and you're telling her, I will only accept less.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, and you don't have no. Okay, three fingers now.
Yeah.
Ange, I didn't know you didn't have any
Yeah. She don't
children.
got no
Okay.
kids. No.
Okay, Ange.
I actually
Okay.
know a lot of women and men that don't have kids
I know this
in their
many
30s.
men who don't have kids. That many. No, no, I'm sorry. I know one. I know one. One.
Yeah.
Team no kids. Okay, so it's three that I know that don't have kids. In their 30s.
Mhm.
Um, and realistically, and I don't know if all of you women never want to have children. I know one of them would love to have a child. Bridget, would you like to have children one day?
Mm,
Hmm.
it's like I do. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still on the fence. It's crazy. Like, I just feel like if God wants me to have a child, I will have a child. Um,
Hmm.
part of me, I don't know. I always see myself having children or at least a child. But like as I'm getting older, I'm just like, I don't know. But it's like I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. I tell people this. I tell my doctors this. I don't know. I feel
Um.
like it would have to be a real man, and it would have to be like something for real. And I really want to be married in order for me to have a child. So I feel like if it's not on those terms, then I just don't know if it's gonna happen for me.
So Nikhil said, I've always wanted to, but now at my age, I'm like, Ange, I was getting ready to ask you, do you want children, Ange? Because I'm assuming you're in your 30s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
she's like kids are a lot. I became an aunt very young, so and I feel not just that, but like I'm a full time aunt. I'm not no like part time aunt, so I really see the. I feel like a mother, even though I don't have kids, and I know the responsibility it takes to take care of children. So sometimes it's like I wake up and I like not being able, not having to tend to nobody but myself. You know, like on days when you don't feel good and you have children, you still got to get up. You still got to make them breakfast, get them ready. You know,
so I'll
that's
definitely
how I feel
say,
too. And said it's giving 35 and 31. That's how I feel too. Like if I have kids, maybe 35. I don't know. Whatever God wants for me, honestly.
so hold on, I'm gonna take a moment to give somebody their flowers. Angie, I thought you were older for some reason, just because you're wiser. you're wise beyond your years. So I thought you were a little bit older. So okay, okay. Um, I've when children are a joy. Um, but it is a lot. It is an absolute lot. I have four biological, and I have two bonus. Um, and I will definitely say I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world. However, that's that comma right there. Had I done had if I had an opportunity to do things over again, I would not have women. I would not have children. Excuse me, women. I would not have children out of wedlock. And it would have to be somebody who I saw an eternity with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my children, luckily enough for me, my kids stay in contact with each other. They talk to each other more than they talk to me, really. And they're in different states. But children are a lot. Children is it's a lot to. It's a big responsibility. You are
Yeah.
now responsible for someone's upbringing
Mm-hmm.
by yourself because nobody can tell your kid better than you.
Yeah.
Um, that's my rule. I'm not breaking it. No ring, no baby. Bing. Absolutely, absolutely. And if I could turn back the hands of time, now luckily enough for me, and I will definitely say, and I hope that my children's mothers watch my show sometime. I have been blessed with great children's mom. I have been able to co-parent with my children's mothers. We don't argue a lot. When we do, it's probably necessary. But I've really been blessed with co-parenting. Um, who joined us? Um, so I will definitely say, and this is especially for men, like for women also, but for men, like know when you lay down with somebody and it's a possibility that it could happen. And what I mean by that is, if you are laying down and there's no contraception involved, take a pause before you lay down with them, especially for men. I'm gonna talk to the guys right now. Pussy's a wonderful thing. I love it. It's great. I enjoy it. However, some pussy can come with problems. So know the person that you're with or who you're getting ready to lay down with. Know them more than just their body. Know them
Yeah.
more than just that pretty face. Because I know some pretty faces who crazy as a mug, and they
Mm-hmm.
have driven some of my homeboys crazy. I'm lucky enough that I haven't had that problem. Um, but it's more than a pretty face, and don't take it for her. Don't take for her word that she's on birth control or whatever. Put two condoms on, fuck it, and make sure you brought one of them.
Right.
Um, but I'm a big proponent of now, especially now in my life. I'm a big proponent of if you're going to have a child with somebody, be married. Be married. And I know
Yeah.
that sounds corny and old school, and I'll take that. But be married. Um, like my oldest daughter's mom, and I'm gonna let y'all into my personal world for a moment. My oldest daughter's mom, I've known her since third grade. Um, when I tell you I could not have asked for a better parent for my daughter than I got, I'll definitely say that. Um, because all of the morals and scruples that I knew she had, she raised my daughter with. So my daughter, now watching my daughter be a mom, I'm like, yeah, you have something passed down from your grandmother to your mother to you that is now
Mhm.
teaching you how to be who you are now.
Yeah.
Like I look at, and I've never met Angie, but I think I've corresponded with Angie enough. I've been yelled at enough by Angie
Mhm.
to know her personality. Um, and when I say I know now, now I know three women in their 30s without a child who would not only be great moms but great wives. I'm gonna give y'all flowers now.
Thank you.
Um, but don't ever sacrifice your standards. Like don't if you found that guy that you think, you know what, this is the guy I want to marry and this is the guy I want to be with for the rest of my life, by all means, hold tight to him because first of all, good men are hard to find these days. At least that's what women tell me. Um, so if you found somebody and you're willing to go through not the mud, but at least skim it with them, hold on to them. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Um, Especially if you're a strong-willed woman, because there are so many. Mm, I'm gonna get in a fucking shit house with this. There are a lot of weak-willed women who will say, you know what, you may not be a good man, but you're my man, and that's not the same. That's not the same. Cause
Yeah,
who's
some
your
women
man
just want a
today?
man. Some women just
Yeah,
want a man.
they just want a man, not a good
Any
man, not a
man.
strong man, a man. They want a dick and a pulse. That's it.
Mhm.
That's not enough for grown women. That's not enough for grown women. That's enough for 17, 18, 25. That's enough for them. 25, 26 and above, you should be looking for a good man.
Yeah.
And a good man that doesn't amount to how much money he got in his pocket.
Yeah.
That means that he's a good man. Um, and trust me, I've had a lot of good women who have sacrificed themselves for me when I was a not good man.
Mm.
Um, and if the today me can tell the yesterday me anything, I would definitely say be cautious of who you lose because you may not get that person back. Now I'm blessed. I am truly blessed, and I've been given the gift of a good woman all over again. But good women are becoming few and far between too, guys.
Mhm.
Um, there are very few women with strong heads on their shoulders. I know three that are sick. Well, I know two. I know one that is single.
Yeah, I'm about to
um,
say. Y'all ain't sick.
I know
Y'all ain't
one that's
fucking sick.
single.
I'm the only one that's single.
But when I tell you, there's a strength in a woman that I've been blessed to see. Um, that a strong woman, whoo, the amount of things you can do with a strong woman, guys, I'm telling you, don't be intimidated by her strength.
Mhm.
Learn how to, no saying, mature that strength. Learn how to hone that strength together. Because she may be so strong that you may feel like she's too strong for you, but I tell you this: if you can hone that strength, the amount of places you can go is astronomical.
Yeah.
Um, I have been I've been in especially in my doggish fucking years. I've ran into some women who I look back on and I think they, no matter who they with, they gonna make it. So for the strong women, especially the strong women who tune into the podcast every single week, my hats off to you because it's not easy being a woman. It's definitely harder being a strong woman. Um, so Ange, you about to be married one day. I already know that. Bridget, we just gonna pray that you go find a man that is
Shit,
strong enough to be with you.
you're not that bad.
No, but you're strong, and you see, you're not bad. You're strong. That's a good thing. Your
Mm,
strength is your good thing.
okay.
Um, so, and these okay, so we're letting y'all in on things that I normally say to her after the show. So here we go. Um, she's a Bridget's a strong woman, and being strong is a good thing. Um, and I think I told this story before. Um, my fiance, the when we had first met, she runs, and I said to her, "Yo, if you know, what I'm saying if you run and your body's aching, I'll give you a massage." I wasn't being nasty. I was actually off. I'm good at massages, so I was like, "I'll give you a massage." The first thing she said was, "Whoa, wait a minute." Can I get a date first before you
Hmm.
start putting your hands on my body? And I was like, oh yeah, wait, no. Yeah. But when you find a woman who speaks up for themselves and who's strong with themselves, like my co-host, who ain't gonna let nobody say shit out they motherfucking way, she'll bust them in their forehead quick. Um, but when you find somebody like that, that just lets you know you have to be that strong to be with them so that they can release that strong side.
Yeah.
Um, Ange is like she's my younger mom. I promise you on this show, she is my younger mom. She has schooled me on more things than the Lord should allow. So 31, I'll take it. But
Hmm.
my boyfriend asked me to chill. I told him I don't chill, but you can take me out. Exactly. That Netflix and chill shit.
Hmm.
Okay, guys, I'm about to snitch. I'm snitching. Netflix and chills mean we're fucking. Just that's all it means. That's it. Um, if a guy wants to get with you, you can Netflix and chill at a damn restaurant and watch the damn football game or the baseball game or basketball game on the big screens. You can go out and chill.
Yeah.
Um, if you feel like you want to have certain things in your life, then make sure that you're not willing to reduce yourself to less than that. Hmm, I'm trying to find some politically correct ways of saying things, but it's just gonna come out the way it's gonna come out. Ladies, if you let a guy come through and fuck you, he's just gonna come through and fuck you. That's it. That's it.
Hmm.
If you expect more, then request more. Like that's just the way it works, you know.
Yeah.
Um, when you run into guys, when you run into a woman that expects more, do not discard her because she wants more than what you're trying to offer. That may be the person that you need to sit and stop, and that may be your person.
Yeah.
Um, if a woman says, I want to hold off before we have sex, keep her, you know, because that means she ain't fucking everybody.
Yeah.
She's not loaning herself out to just anybody who comes through with some Hennessy and a good conversation. I know a dude who um, I watched him run through women, and they would always ask him, "So do you ever see yourself in another relationship?" And he would always give them the same answer: "No, I don't. I'm good where I'm at," because he's fucking y'all. Like he's doing what the fuck he wants to do. And the
Right.
first time he had a woman who came across him who wanted more, who demanded more, he married her. And this was a dude who didn't need to get married.
Yeah.
He had everything he fucking wanted. He was having sex by the truckload. Sometimes two and three women at the same damn time. But
Yeah.
the first time a woman came across his path and she demanded more, she got a ring. So demand more, ladies. Hold on to your standards. Um,
Facts.
like women are the most beautiful thing on this planet for a guy. For let me fix that. Excuse me, LGBTQ community, my bad. Um, for straight guys and LGBTQ women, a good woman is a beautiful thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing, but it doesn't end with um, I took you on a date. We cool now. You know, good women are expecting more. They're wanting more out of shit. You know, um, and
a
and
good
and
woman.
yes,
A good woman might make you step your shit up too.
they most certainly will. They will have you put on a suit and tie. I promise you. I promise you. Um, and I'm gonna preach to you.
Me?
Yeah. Don't sacrifice who you are for a fucking person on this planet.
I won't.
Like you got your career. You doing what the hell you need to do. If a guy don't come to the table with at least that, and I ain't saying he got to make the same money, but he's got to at least come with, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Um, don't even don't even humor him with your time. Like why?
Yeah.
Um, when I met my fiance, the woman I'm getting ready to marry, when I met her,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had to come differently from everybody I met before because I did the whole swipe left, swipe right. I did all that shit. Um, but there was something about her that said, "I'm different. I want more. I expect more. So come with me with more." And she
Right.
wasn't talking about more money.
Yeah.
She was talking about more respect. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when I did certain things for her, she had never expected in her life. She was just like, "Oh shit!" But I just happened to be who I was.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm jumping down a whole rabbit hole, and cheers to you three ladies now that I know that are in their 30s without children. Um, if you never have them, you're still gonna be who you are. If you have them,
We're
you're
still
just
good
gonna be.
women.
Yes, good, still good women, still good
Being a
women.
mother doesn't make you just a woman. You still a woman
Mm-mm.
regardless. I
Trust
feel like
me.
sometimes people don't respect women who don't have kids. They don't treat us
Oh,
like
that's
we're
some
women, but we
bullshit.
are.
No, that just means y'all was responsible. That's all that shit means.
Yeah,
Cause y'all could have had the fuck boy's kid, and
exactly,
y'all chose not to. You
exactly.
know. Mm, 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 mm. Tonight's been a night. Ange, you missed so much. I'm gonna start. We're gonna have to get your direct information so we could ping you as soon as we go on. Ange, you did miss some of the show. Go back and watch it. There was some important stuff in the show. Um, also, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble for announcing this on air, but that's the only way I can grab Angie right now. So because of Angie, y'all all get included. We're not gonna do a wedding. We're not gonna do the whole reception stuff. However, we are going to do a cruise. So, um, I'm gonna get the information out there. I'll get it to Bridget. Bridget will get it to Ange. We're gonna do a cruise, and we're just gonna celebrate life and happiness. And whether
Okay.
you are celebrating happy single, or celebrating happy married, or celebrating happy in a relationship, you are welcome to come on the cruise, and we just gonna have a damn time. So,
Okay.
because we both felt like, and this is before we close out. I'll say this: if you when you decide to get married, um, a wedding is expensive. There is so much more that you can do with that money from the wedding that you can enjoy, because you don't get to enjoy your wedding. You really are basically putting on a party for everybody else to enjoy.
Yeah.
Um, and when we started looking at the cost, and the average cost of a wedding is no less than $18,000, I know I can hit a couple of countries on 18 grand. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So we decided, you know what? Let's just go. We're gonna hit Jamaica for our honeymoon, and we're gonna do a cruise. And anybody who wants to come join us, by all means, come hang out on the cruise. We'll get the cruise information out there.
Okay.
Like we gonna do it. Let's enjoy life cruise.
Yeah.
So Angie, you and hubby to be is definitely invited. We'll get the information to you, because I know you said I need to invite you to the wedding. So since we ain't doing the wedding, come on the cruise. But this has been a show. This has been a show. If you missed the beginning parts of the show, it's on YouTube. Go back and watch it. Um, it's us and y'all. So without y'all, there's no show. So we appreciate all y'all tuning in. We had a couple of
Yep.
people tune in today that I don't think we've seen before. And if we did, please like and subscribe to the show.
Yep.
And so hit the notification bell. So as soon as we go on, you get notified that we're on live. We got more content for y'all, and I know we sometimes drift back into the same thing, but at the end of the day, it's all about waking people up.
Yep.
And you got strong women out there who they want you dudes to wake the fuck up. Um, mm, I think the next show I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let Bridget take the whole damn show. She gonna do the whole show. She gonna. I talk too much sometimes. Bridget gonna
You
take
don't
over the
talk too
whole
much.
damn show. Bridget gonna take over, and she about to tell all you guys out there what a strong woman in her 30s is looking for. That don't mean she looking for any of y'all though. That don't mean DM her and all that shit. She not looking for y'all. She gonna tell about the other women in their 30s that are single and what they
Mm,
looking for.
yeah.
But until then, this is the threesome show with Bridget and your boy Don.
Yep.
We gonna do this shit again next week. Be easy, people.